Hello, everyone. This is Amar Wolf reporting on Furry Migration, my latest trip, which was held at the Hyatt Regency, Minneapolis, September 6th to 8th. My story actually begins the day before, on September 5th, aboard the Borealis, Amtrak's newest train route that runs from Chicago to St. Paul. I generally do not like flying, and it was a good train. I mean, it was clean, it was comfortable, the restrooms worked, there was food service available. I mean, unfortunately, Amtrak's typical. They're supposed to have specialized sandwiches, at least that's what I've heard. But unfortunately, they got to find a contractor to make the sandwiches, which apparently they haven't done yet. Also, another thing you realize, most of the route is single track. Not that there's any danger to anybody on that one. It explains why Amtrak says this is going to take a while before they can run more than one train a day. 2 trains a day, I should take that back. There's the Empire Builder and the Borealis. But if you're into trains, that's another story. Anyway, once I arrived at the hotel, I got my room. The check-in process was very quick, and the staff was really friendly. I got my room. Then I went down to registration on the 2nd floor. This is my first real experience with registration not being on the 1st floor. I mean, even of course, Indy Fur Con, the whole con was on 1 floor, but this is on 2 floors. Anyway, I got my badge. I was able to get my badge. Yahoo! I know badge has been kind of big controversy lately when it comes to the larger cons like Midwest Fur Fest. By the way, whose record is I believe 7 hours. Yeah, that goes back a couple of years. It averages like an hour now, and an hour to get your sponsor stuff, but they're pretty quick. Anthrocon this past year, 9 hours, when there's an article written up in CBS's news website talking about how we had such a horrific wait times. And I seen a photograph recently on Eurofurs and that blocks long line to get your badges. And I really say, if you don't want to wait that long in line, go to a smaller con like, Furry Migration. And there's hundreds of them around the world. Hundreds. I mean, you know how long this took to get? 5 minutes. It took less than 5 minutes to get this. Plus, you get an unusual souvenir. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Sponsor. Turns out staff, sponsor, super sponsor, I think there's 1 tier higher. And staff, all volunteers even had their own lanyards, which kind of blew me. Also, the one thing I like about Smart Cons, the con book. And this one, I have to say, is pretty damn cool. I mean, I know it kind of burns you up if you can't, but let me just show you the inside of the cover. Yep, lots of good stuff. Come on. Almost lost my notes here. After that, I went to the hotel's restaurant, got a decent meal, and then oh boy, I almost lost my notes here. Restaurant that I went to my room, the next morning. The only real problem I had the next day was trying to figure out where the fursuit parade was supposed to start. I hadn't been involved in the fursuit parade in a couple of years because, well, they don't do them in Chicago. Almost forgot something. A t-shirt. Special tee. Nice shirt. Also, it's a good way to show if you support Tim Maltz. He's the governor there, and hey, they can't blame him for showing up in Minnesota. Yeah, fun stuff. Okay, here we go again. Hotel restaurant. Next morning, I went to the Nicollet Cafe. They're across the street, probably across the street from the hotel, and I had a couple meals there. They also do trance shows at night over there. Yeah, given what's going on in the world, hey, more power to them. I'm not knocking it, but it's kind of almost funny. It's kind of almost funny given the way the world's care about trans recently. It might be maybe you might find this funny. If not, I apologize. I just think it's kind of funny myself. Anyway, got the first walk. I had trouble finding where they're supposed to start from. The mention on the Discord group didn't exactly say where it was going to start, and I had to ask several people, also follows from fursuiters, who were just as confused as I am. Hey, Furry Migration, at least put the space. You got the room names. Put it down where they're supposed to start from. Anyway, I got a video there of the opening. You can find it on YouTube. I apologize for the quality. I just wasn't really used to this stuff. Man, it had been a couple years since I was a part of it, but I did get them coming out of that room. I wish I was a part of it. I wish I could have done more, but there's stuff I had to do, and I really, I wanted to wander around the hotel and figure out where everything is. I'm the kind of guy who just likes to know where things are at, and what can I say? I got confused where things were. Anyway, I got that thing. Then I went to my very first panel. It was welcome to your very first Furry Migration sneak peek. Little did I know this kind of be full of lots of surprises, and all fun, all great, but you just didn't expect it. I'll expect that when you go to first one. First one was the panel. I mean, they gave some great tips, and they talk about the Nerf games, which more on that later. But the one thing, it ended half hour early, and you know what they did? They walked us over to the main events, and we got our tickets. We got our seats a half hour before anybody else did. This is the reason I got such a great spot for my own video for the opening ceremony, which, by the way, was fantastic. It was hilarious. I mean, I'm not even joking. I laughed so damn much over there. It was hilarious. Well, let's get down here a ways. Oh, then there was the guest of honor meet and greet. And its own surprise. Oh, sure, they had Avian Invasion, Colette, I believe their name is, or fursuit maker. Nice fursuit, by the way. And of course, Saberspark, the elephant in the room. Well, I don't think Saberspark's for some is the cat, but you know what I mean. Well, they talked about what their careers was like, doing what they do in the fandom, or how YouTube. Particular, Saberspark talked about what it's like to be a YouTuber, getting money, earn your income through YouTube. And I realized then and there, I think I'd rather keep doing what I wanted to do. I couldn't do it. I don't have that much material. There's no way I could keep up with it. But if you think I'm kidding, look up the video. He explains the whole situation, and you're going like, I can't do this. Or I don't have, if I do, my family's going to think I'm insane. I'm not joking. Well, those who were there, at least after the thing was over with, were able to get Saberspark's autograph. I do not know they're able to do that in later panels he did, but this was an opportunity to get his autograph. Then we talk about then maybe 2 or 3 surprises. Later, I got, that would be the dealer's den. That was full surprise. Mind you, I'm not slamming other cons because I think my record over at Midwest Fur Fest is spending something like $300 on stuff. And with this con being as expensive as it was to my pocket, I had to I just cut back, but I spent a lot of money over there. I think I spent close to $100. There was some good stuff. I got a book, which, I reviewed already, Friend of Caesar. Very unusual book. Very good, too. Supposed to be 12 parts. Anyway. But they had some really nice stuff there. I mean, I'm not trying to, this is where I'm keeping all my stuff for. I got to kind of like, This, I am, okay, I don't understand it either. They got buttons and, stickers and I got all sorts of stuff here. And, oh yeah. Then there was the consort where, I bought a bunch of stuff. I even gave a bunch to a couple of friends. Anyway, was the con store where I picked up a 10th anniversary. It was a 10th anniversary, and it's almost my 10th anniversary volunteering at a local veterans hospital. I wanted to get one of those pins. I got it glued to my smock on my official smock. Anyway, they were also giving the stuff away for free, like these. I think this is from the con from a couple of years ago, maybe like a little souvenir, and they gave this away. That's from 2018. Honestly, everybody has some really nice stuff. I swear to you, I bought more stuff down there. Oh, don't get me started. Anyway, the dances were great. Their panels were fantastic. There was a rather unusual event when I was supposed to make a video on the Furry Price is Right. Not only the thing started early, it ended early. There was a panel not originally scheduled, Church of Gar, which was the Church of Garfield, the cat. The comic character and animated figure. I don't know. Nobody seemed to know what happened, but hey, it did. But it was a good time. Saturday was the day of the fursuit parade. Imagine there I was. I got everything all set, everything all ready to record for the parade. Then nothing happened. I had technical issues. Even the device, even my phone, which I'm recording this on right now, even it had issues. I had to reset my phone. It's working fine now, but I don't know what happened. And one of my cameras had some technical issues, but don't worry, it's all solved now. Or soon will be. I just got to get a couple of things, no problem. I'll be ready for Midwest Fur Fest. Also, I got to say something, the parade was fantastic. Look at there's a video out there on YouTube. It's a great parade. Some of the wildest I say this every year. It's one of the wildest fursuits I've ever seen. Real good stuff. I think the wildest was the guy who looks like Nick Wilde dressed in a golfing outfit across from me. Oh God. I'm going to post that photo up on my X account and a few other things. Yeah. Well, here's another thing. If you're going to a convention of any kind, and you happen to be interested in something like me, was Irish music, photography, and street pass. I know the panels they did were excellent. Saber Spark, whom I described earlier as the elephant in the room, had more than one panel. Frankly, I'm unsure how many panels they actually conducted. I don't know. I think the con itself added 1 or 2 to 3 that was already scheduled. But don't quote me on this. I'm not 100% sure. But every time I drew, there was another panel that he did, and I was going to try to get in one. I heard at the last minute. People were already waiting outside to get in because it was so packed. Yeah. I think I'll get to that more with Saber Spark more a little later. It kind of culminates at the end, but here we go. They had a con suite for sponsors and super sponsors. They had a rotating menu, very delicious things. The video games area had a real nice selection of what was there. No arcade machines, more consoles, and dedicated devices. I played a few games myself, really nice stuff. The board game section, I swear, it had so many board games. I swear they had more than Midwest Fur Fest usually has. And I'm not saying that because I'm not 100% sure, but they did have an awful lot. And by the way, speaking of Street Pass, 72 hits, which is insane. Well, speaking about insane, Nothing horrible though, but I mean, I ran into Daniel Becker, who wrote the book. I'm plugging his book because I have not read it yet. I don't want to give a recommendation to it because I'm making a point. I haven't read it yet. You know how I got this book? He gave it to me for free. Well, he told me a whole story about, this is maybe a warning to any writers like myself who thinks they can publish a story. Don't get hooked into self-publishing. It's a trap. You're going to lose money. Um, he told me a very sad story, but I mean, I'm hoping that you at least get a chance to read one of his books because the poor man needs to recoup some of the money that he lost. God, it was a sad story. He got hooked in by people who wished him the best but had no idea what they're talking about. And if you're lucky to get picked up by a publisher, go with the publisher. No matter what they do or say, you got to go with them because it's better than doing what he's doing currently, which is selling the books on Amazon. And well, he said he told me he sold enough books on Amazon to buy some coffee over at Starbucks. Yeah. And I believe him. Well, then came Sunday. Well, yours truly got caught into another photography panel that wasn't scheduled. It was a great panel. They talked about cameras and stuff. I realized if I'm going to take some fast-moving photos, I'm going to need a better camera. But I don't have to spend an arm, leg, or spleen to get one. Yeah, spleen. They leak a lot. Then there was a sticker panel. I know I'm talking about getting stuff over at the dealer's area. Well, they had a sticker panel. I brought some stickers with me, some of my own logo ones, plus I bought some other ones with me. I got the other conventions. I was able to trade for some really nice stickers, and I got some really nice stickers. Like I give you this one, like this one, and a few others, Well, anyway, what happened with and after that, I went back to do something, and when I came back, they had these little tables set up around the convention where you could leave business cards or whatever. There weren't even dedicated spots, and I was able to drop a few cards here and then, a few stickers. And well, after the sticker panel, people left stickers there. I snatched up quite a few, and also I want to show you something unusual. I don't understand this, but I picked this up down there. It was free. I don't know who put it there or what it's for, but you see for yourself what it is. Then it was the Fursuit games. It could be asked, what yourself is so mind-blowing about the Fursuit games? It ended in a tug of war. Yeah, I mean, I got the photo, been posting the photo online for a while. A tug of war, you hear me right. Yeah, and it was wild. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Speaking about things I've never heard of, never believed in my life, or even seen before at a furry convention, they had a thing called Nerf Wars. They laid out dozens of Nerf guns. Shoot the Nerf pellets, and let people waylay at each other. It was wild. I got a little video up on YouTube of it. I'm looking at people going like, yeah, crazy. Anyway, well, that's about it. Then we got the closing ceremony. That was with Sabres, where Saberspark was welcomed back for guests of honor in 2025. And that's when they said, after they agreed, they admitted they were furry. My trip home was one without incident. I went to the, I can never remember the name of that coffee shop. There's a coffee shop that bicycle parts and repair at Union Depot. They had the best iced tea I've drank in a long time. They're really good stuff. So in retrospect, I had a great time. I've had very little problems. Everybody was friendly. It was a fantastic time. I really wish I could go again, but I really can't. I got to pay my bills off. You know, when I say this, I mean I ran my credit. I think I ran up about $1,000 in credit card charges. Yeah, that's everything. I mean, we talk about meals around about $30 per night. I mean, not that I didn't get the con rate for the hotel, but it was $148 a night. But then there was a $20+ um, room tax. Yeah, kind of everything kind of added up. But I know I should eat, plan better and use, gone to the grocery store and use food apps and stuff like that. But hey, I was excited about going, and we all make that mistake. Well, my next convention is going to be Midwest Fur Fest. And oh, almost forgot one last thing. You may have heard next year's theme is going to be called the Gala. They're handing out these invites at the end of the show, at the end of the furry convention. And I know it's got this whole thing about gala and all this stuff. I don't, I all that stuff's in the closing ceremony video. But it's interesting how they're going to do this next year. I'm not really 100% sure. I'm also not going to be there, but we'll see. Anyway, you all have a good day, and I wish you the best. And see you at Midwest Fur Fest.